There was no working water. There was no heat. There was no air conditioning. So at that point, it was 110 degrees in my bedroom.
I found a job, but it was not much. The embarrassing part was I had a check for $5 because it's based on commission.
Initially, I looked for apartment to rent, and apartments in Arlington were very, very expensive.
I went to go stay with family. There's black mold going on everywhere. There's maggots all over the floor. Nobody wants to clean up, and my kids were sick.
The well water was contaminated and they refused to pay to fix the well.
I had to take a cab home and it was $20. 6 days a week, it was like my money was gone.
I was living in my own apartment. I was in Manassas and got pregnant. He asked me to have an abortion. He packed his stuff up and he left.
By the time we moved out, I was living and paying for a place that had open patches where you could see the sky, and every time it rained, we actually didn't have any pots and pans to cook in because it was all to catch the rainwater. At that point, I was 7 months pregnant, and I lost 20 pounds during the pregnancy.
She asked me questions like, where do you live, where do you work? I say, I'm living in a room and I'm looking for a place to stay. I didn't know what it was about to live in a shelter because I never know how it, I thought it was maybe something like a jail.
My mom did everything in her power to help me get here. She told me to call Miss Kathleen, and Miss Kathleen said she had room.
I had said okay to the abortion. At first, of course, it wasn't something that I wanted to do, but it just sounded easy, you know, having 2 girls and then not knowing what I'm going to do next.
I contacted Kathleen Wilson, and she told me about this place. I really just was drawn to this place as soon as they explained what it was.
She just talked to me and was like, you know, if you need somewhere to stay and you want to go right now, I know somewhere you can go.
At Mary's Shelter, immediately was accepted. Miss Kathleen knew that I needed home, and then I need to finish the school.
I said, Miss Kathleen, this is my life. I really want to come here. And she met with me, and she showed me a beautiful room, and I decided to come here.
Back home, I used to have a lot of different thoughts. Sometimes I didn't have interest in living. So it was very, very hard to feel that way. We learn here a lot of good things. We learn a lot of nice stories of really brave, successful women.
When I came here, I felt like I had a wonderful opportunity. I had stable living. Honestly, I've never lived in a house that was this nice in my whole life.
Since I'm in a shelter right now, it's really helpful for me so I can get stable, find a job, get on my foot.
I've suffered from depression, and sometimes I just need someone to talk to, and they're always willing to listen.
Mary's Shelter, it's so quiet, safe, and it's a good place to plan your future. Everything that baby needs and mothers need are here. Everybody ends up understanding that we all deserve love. We need to love each other, that's all. We all need this home.
It's just been a happy, nurturing place, and I just feel confident because I've been able to go back to school, and I just don't think I've been able to do that before, and I've been able to have a steady environment.
The house mothers try to encourage us to go forward, you know, and then they create a lot of beautiful events. We share our stories, we share our feelings, and it's priceless.
It's an amazing and extraordinary place. It's filled with love. Everybody that is here wants to serve. It's a place where love is put in action.
When I first heard about Mary's Shelter, I just had this attraction and desire to want to go find out what it was about. It's really wonderful. We have doulas that come in and they help the women go through the pregnancy and have their babies. We have classes on how to be good parents and build each other up and support each other.
It's interesting. You meet all these new girls and from all these different places, and all the people that come and volunteer. They're all interesting. They're all willing to help you. Like some way, form, and fashion, someone is helping you.
A lot of times it's hard for people that don't have a lot of problems to realize that maybe the reason these women are here is they had no hope. There's no one to take care of them, there's no one to live with them or love them. Maybe their family's dysfunctional and they just need some hope. They need to know that they're good and kind.
I have people that actually truly care, not people that's just there. Some people are just there and some people are there to care and to help you and give you that shoulder to lean on, and that's what these people do.
You'll feel it when you walk in the door. You'll feel 10,000 times better when you walk out the door.
It's not just life-changing for the residents, but it's life-changing for volunteers here. I mean, everybody, the community loves Mary's Shelter because of the work it does. What Kathleen has started has been incredible.
I can't imagine a more noble cause. Truly, every nickel goes to the service of another. I can teach. It's just a tiny little thing that I can do. But when you bring your tiny little thing that you can do with other people that can do tiny little things, look what we can do.
To see them and see them together in such a happy place, it set the bar in my life so much higher for them and so much higher for me.
I just try to stay focused after the baby, go back to school, get a job, be a nurse, because I always wanted to be a nurse. Sometimes I have difficulties, but I'm just praying and ask God to help me and stand on my feet.
Sometimes you have to let go of the past to move forward. That's what I love the most about coming here. I turned over a new leaf. I started all over again from the beginning, and I have more now, and I have grown up so much since I've been here.
For about 6 months, Arwen would come home and she said, "Mama, we have a pretty house now." It gives us a feeling that we're loved and we're nurtured and we're wanted, and it passes down to our children and their children.
It's like a breath of fresh air. It's different, it's calmer, I'm able to focus. I like being able to just get back on my feet and say I did it. Yeah, I fell. It took me a while to get back up, but I did it.
I used to blame myself a lot for making the smallest mistake. I make mistakes, various size mistakes, small, big. And even for smallest mistake, I used to blame myself, and that's very difficult, difficult to get over it. But here, I see that I'm not alone. A lot of mothers also make mistakes. We learn to forgive mistakes or forgive a weakness of others. We learn to accept difference about each other. Of course, I wouldn't say every day we're shining and smiling and this. We do have our rough times. I think every family has rough time. It's a home, mother's home.